I'm Tyra Skeideman, and this is my testimony. As a kid, I don't really remember a time I actually accepted Jesus. I always said, yeah, Jesus is in my heart and all that, but in reality, I was just living life and saying that. Before I accepted Jesus, life seemed great. Didn't seem I really needed God too much. My family was great, my friends were great, everything seemed perfect to me. I didn't really need God that much, or at least that's what I thought. I remember every Monday, my sisters and I go to my grandma's house after school. It is a day I would look forward to every single week. I loved going to my grandma's and playing with my cousins, shooting hoops with my grandpa, and playing cars on the rug. I have many great memories there. Everything seemed normal to me until things changed. We stopped going there anymore. I didn't understand why. This took a toll on me. I was mad at God. Why would he take that away from me? I didn't understand why things changed. I honestly would do anything to go back and change everything that happened. I was mad at God for years. He just took away something that I loved. I didn't see God having this all under control. This event took me away from God. During COVID, I became a lot closer with my cousin Donnie. We had a great relationship even though he was struggling with a lot of things. He always asked me how I was doing, and he was always there for me when I needed someone. One day, I got a text saying that Donnie was sent to Teen Challenge. I was hurt. I was sad. I was sad I didn't get to say goodbye to him. I felt horrible because he was always there. When I needed him, but now I couldn't be there for him. I knew exactly why he had to go, and I knew it was the best for him. But it just took him away from me. I thought everything would change when he got back. Our relationship isn't the same, and we aren't as close anymore. It hurts me to see him struggle there yet. During this time, I didn't have a relationship with God, and it was hard. I had a hard heart towards God. I didn't want a relationship with God at all. He kept taking away relationships that were important to me. Later on in life, I started to struggle with my appearance. I have always thought I'm too skinny, I'm not pretty enough as all these other girls, etc. I asked God why I had to look like this. I had thoughts of suicide. I wanted to cut myself, and many times I came close to. I didn't feel loved. I felt unwanted by a lot of people. I had bad relationships with friends who would party and would drag me into thinking those things are okay. I was hanging around the wrong crowd. All these things combined made everything worse. I had no time for God at this point. All he was doing was making my life miserable. I felt like my relationship with my family wasn't as good anymore, and I just wanted to move out. I said, I can't wait until I'm 18 so I can move out. Definitely not the case anymore. At this point, I didn't want a relationship with my family, God, friends, no one. I had a hard heart for everyone. I was mad at God. I stopped asking why he took people away from me many times. It didn't matter anymore. Nothing mattered. And that is why I wanted to end my life. I had no purpose of being alive. God has placed many good people in my life during these hard times. Paula has been a huge role model in my life and has led me to Christ in so many ways. She is so encouraging to me, and she is always there to listen. Seeing Paula's relationship with God has made me want a good relationship with the Lord even more. Through trials, Paula has always been there for me. She has led me in the right direction. God showed me there was a purpose to life by giving me a new and better group of friends. He has given me a family who loves me no matter what. A dad who loves me when a birth dad doesn't care about me. A mom who loves me and a birth mom who loves me so much she put me in this family. God started putting my puzzle back together. He put people in my life who were good for me, who loved me and were there for me on the hard days. It has been a journey, but God never said life was easy, and he has shown me many difficult roads. I accepted Jesus into my heart about 3 months ago, and I remember we had a few good chapels, and God was just speaking to me for a few weeks. Every time I would worship, I would get the chills and just be filled with Jesus. And every chapel we had just spoke to me. It was perfect for me, exactly what I needed to hear. I was reading my Bible one night, and I just felt God's presence, and I started praying and accepted Jesus that night. I am thankful for the people who have helped me through this journey and will continue to help me through this journey. I remember about a year ago, I talked about being baptized, and now, today, I'm finally ready to take that step. Today, my relationship with God has grown so much. He has shown me so much to me that I didn't see he was doing. God always has a better plan. Sometimes we just need to be patient.
because of your good confession, choosing to follow Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, I baptize you in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Before I accepted Jesus, I had it really hard. When I was about 2, my parents started fighting. Then one day, they were fighting. My sister took me to her closet. In there, my sister shared her secret stash of candy with me. When I was 3, my mom picked me and my sister up from school. Then my mom, my sister, and I left. Well, Hannah was at school and I was at Early Head Start. My mom packed us up, and as I said earlier, we left. After that, my parents got a divorce. It was really hard. Next, me and my mom and my sister moved to a shelter. A few months later, we found a house. That all happened when I was 3. Now I'm 4, and now I'm in preschool. Every morning, I went to daycare before preschool and then back after preschool. I also started going to Cubbies in Sunday school. When, why, and where I accepted Jesus. One morning, my mom was driving me to daycare. We were talking about if I should accept Jesus. I had heard about it at Cubbies, and I had questions. My mom said, "Think about it at school today." And I said, okay. At the end of the day, I said yes. My mom asked, "What?" And I said, "I want to accept Jesus into my life." She said, "Sure." And we prayed together on the way home. All that happened when I was 4. What my life is now. I'm at a good school, and I like my life now. And that's my story.
Karina, because of your testimony of choosing to follow Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, I baptize you in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Hello, I'm Grace. My first memory of God and wanting to go to heaven was after my mother passed away when I was 5. I only look forward to heaven to see her. I grew up attending the Catholic Church, but I wasn't sure I knew who Jesus was apart from the Stations of the Cross. I remember at one point a change inside me, I think around high school, when I started to enjoy church and look forward to worship. I was confused when other people, like my sisters, weren't as excited. But I got communion and confirmed, but still lived my life very headstrong and independent. My morals didn't align with my belief in God as much as they do now. This was because the hope I had in Jesus as a child didn't transfer to authority over my life as I grew up. I ignored that God demands all of me and all of my time. In college, I struggled at the beginning. I felt like my relationship with God was one-on-one, and I wasn't allowing God to fully work in my life and bring me into his community of people. I studied abroad to distract myself and leave school and my confusion for a while. When I came back after being distant from God, I felt a deep desire to reevaluate and redirect my life and pursue my relationship with Christ. Finally, I found a church group and actually a specific person that challenged me in my faith more than ever before. That year was my junior year of college, so about 4-5 years ago. I was challenged with prioritizing attending church once a week, but everything else. At first, it was very difficult, especially days when I worked every Sunday night awake shift Yet looking back now, I can say not only did I start attending church regularly that year, but I invited my friends to church, participated in a mission trip, and most importantly, accepted Jesus as my Lord and Savior. I recognize that God is not just a piece of the bar chart, but to be honored 100% of the time in all areas of my life. Since that time, I remember rejoicing every morning I woke up and being grateful to God for everything. My praise song list grew exponentially. Today, whenever I have trouble loving someone, I turn to God and pray for Jesus' love to work in my heart. I see everyone as a child of God and worthy. I'm getting baptized because I praise, worship, and give thanks to Jesus as my Lord and Savior, my shepherd, my provider, my strength, and my redeemer. I recognize that no matter how hard I try, whatever works I pursue, including getting baptized, won't save me, but I know that simply relying on Jesus, accepting that I deserve to die on the cross for my sins but now have everlasting life by way of Jesus' blood is the true way.
The water's fine. I told Tyra that the first baptism I ever did, they forgot to turn on the heater. And it was like lake water in early May or October. Took my breath away. This is pretty good. Grace, because of your confession, deciding to choose to follow Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. I baptize you in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.